What's going on, people? So, Pro Wrestling Tees, right? That's the title of the thing or whatever. So, over here, I have a few bags and these two boxes of whatever's in them. I don't remember all of it because it's been a while since I bought the stuff or whatever. And then I also have some other stuff that I did unboxings of earlier for actual reviews that I was recording and whatever. So, I'll go over that stuff too because it's out and it'll save you the hassle of like watching that stuff when it goes up maybe this weekend. That sounds like a pretty good estimate. But either way, and at some point, I'll also be watching Dynamite in the background. I'm just waiting on that 25-second countdown. But either way, let's go ahead and get this whole thing going so we don't have to be here all day. Because I'm not sitting here through this whole episode of Dynamite. I mean, I could, and I have. I've done lengthy lives in the past, but it's not a thing I prefer to do. So we got this first bag here. See what's going on inside of it. And okay, so this is not going to be straight out of Pro Wrestling Tees, but they have these little side stores or whatever you want to call it. So one of them was barbershop something, barbershop window, I think. So they kind of have like funny shirts or whatever, parody type things. So about this one, it's like To Catch the Predator, right? Because it's one of those jokes that's funny to me. So I picked it up, right? And I will say, I they used to have like a lot more shirts on there, but I don't know. I think some of them have just kind of gone away over the years. It could be licensing things or whatever, because even though they're all in fun or whatever, sometimes people get mad about stuff. And also picked up this one, Bartman, right? So there's that for you. To anyone who was around back in, I guess that was the early 90s. Let's see, I was in third grade when I remember that whole Bartman thing, and I think that was 88, maybe 89. So anyone who was around then probably remembers that. And now, last, certainly not least, we have this right here. So it's kind of like the Redskins thing, but obviously not quite. So this was also funny to me. I was not going to get it. I went into the store for those other two shirts and I saw this. I was like, yeah, that seems like something I would wear. So now I have it. Now this next bag is probably going to be actual Pro Wrestling Tees specific stuff. Not specific as in like logo shirts or whatever, because they do have their shirts with like their different logos on it and stuff. And I have a number of those, which I keep buying so I can have them whenever I'm going to do like Pro Wrestling Tees videos specifically. And then I keep not using them. Like today, I did the Pro Wrestling Crate video, so I wore a Pro Wrestling Crate shirt. But then afterwards, that's when I did the other stuff. So, I had a plan, but then, I guess I got punched in the mouth because the plan changed. Let's see, these t-shirts are funny. Haha, I like them. Yeah, I like them too. Unfortunately, the funny stuff is over. Now we're on to the real deal. But so this right here worked everyone, right? So that's a Christian Cage shirt. I think if you're watching this and you're a wrestling person or whatever, then you know who Christian Cage is. And he might be your father, possibly. So there's that. Also, and I don't even know if these were Black Friday. They were not. These were not Black Friday things. I think I just had a coupon maybe. So this is the Young Bucks shirt. So they made this one for the something was going on in Maui. I think there was like a fire, right? And so they made this, and all the proceeds go to the people, like the victims and such. Well, I guess the victims makes it sound like they died, but the people affected by the thing, right? So that's kind of a nice thing. And I figured I'll get that. It's a cool flowery shirt, why not? Yeah. And then this was something I saw. Oh, okay, cool. I'll get a Halloween shirt, right? So they put this up for sale with plenty of time to have it before Halloween, right? And I've had it over there in the corner for the last several weeks. And it is now December 20th, if I recall correctly. I could have wore this for Halloween or on Halloween, whatever. But obviously that ship has sailed until next year. So whatever. And then what is this? Oh, nice. Death Triangle. I don't know what's going on with the Death Triangle because Pac was around and then he wasn't around anymore. Like right after he came back, he was gone. So maybe he's injured or something. I don't know. But at some point, I hope that they bring them back around because they got those figures coming out soon, right? They got that fancy little 3-pack. And then we have this. We have this Malachi Black shirt, House of Black, right? And I was thinking the other day, because I was going to go, well, I did go, but the Alkaline Trio show that was out here like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, was like, oh, maybe I'll wear a Malachi black shirt because that kind of seems like a good fit for it. And then I couldn't find one. I was like, maybe I don't have one, you know? I do. I just overlooked it. So I think I ended up going with a Faces of Fear shirt instead, nice red and black color, kind of matches up with like the Crimson era, I guess. Not Crimson, actually, yeah, Crimson. The Time to Waste album, that one. So anyways, moving along, got another bag. This is the last bag before we get onto those two boxes. So this right here, what does this say? Oh, this is the Tony Storm shirt. So check that out. I actually have another one of these that I'll be showing you guys in a second because I bought some botched shirts and that was one of them. And this one is from the Bang Bang Gang, right? So this, let me pull this thing out all the way here. So this shirt, right? I saw it on the AEW TV because Juice Robinson was wearing it. And I looked at it, I'm like, that's a cool shirt. I want that one. I should have waited and got that one. And so I went to the store and I like to buy it, you know what I'm saying? And it was not there. And I'm like, that's weird. I wonder what happened. Did I miss it? Was it a Top Rope Tuesday ordeal? And I just didn't notice? No, it was like 2 months later when they actually put that shirt on the store to buy. And I was just like, okay, well, that was weird. Like, usually when you see something on TV, it's like you can buy it like that day. That's like when they released it, But that one, for whatever reason, they just kind of held it back in the vault for some odd reason. So now I got this box, right? Hello to you too there, Mr. Brooklyn Phones. So now I got this box. What is this? I don't remember ordering this, honestly. Actually, you know what? Well, that's interesting. So they put it in this big old Ziploc bag type of thing. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. And for a second, like it's got this little label on the back. And for a second, I thought the label was actually on the box of the figure, which if you're a collectible type guy, that can be a problem. Now, some people keep their stuff in the boxes, some people don't. But either way, like if you do keep the boxes, even if you open it, you like the stuff to be like in a certain condition. So now this will be free of all labels and such, which is good because they just had it on the bag. Either way, so we got Jade Cargill. Had to pause and think what her name was for a second. One of 3,000. So Shop AEW exclusive. So apparently they haven't sold all 3,000 yet because you can still go to shopaew.com and pick this up for yourself. Also, if you are looking for it, you might be able to pull one out of the, Ringside Collectibles right now. They are doing this mystery box situation, right? Where $75 and you get, I think it's like one rare chase or chase figure. And you also get like 3 other standard AEW figures, something like that. And a bunch of those little stands for them. So $75 is a pretty decent deal. I'm probably going to jump in on that because it sounds like a pretty decent deal and a nice little video to put together. So I'll do that at some point and see how it goes. Hopefully I don't get anything that I already have, and also hopefully I don't get anything that I don't want, because there's certainly some stuff out there that I don't want. But if they can get me that Thunder Rosa or that bunny figure, that will be worth it. So let's see what's going on in this box here. And this one is going to be Hook, who is also still on the website right now, shopaew.com, right? One of 3,000, comes in a nice fancy little box, right? I mean, the box isn't any fancier than the standards, I guess. But it does have a nice little labeling thing on the side and on the top. And you get this label over here, so if you want to brag to your 2 friends who know what AEW is, then you can do that. And then on the back, there's that, right? So even though these didn't really come from Pro Wrestling Tees, they came from the Shop AEW thing, but their website is basically kind of like run under theirs in a sense, right? Because that's who's actually doing all the stuff is Pro Wrestling Tees. So when you get things, where I'm going with that is like when you get things and you look at the boxes, it's going to say like 1 Hour Tees or Pro Wrestling Tees, whatever it says. And then you'll be like, oh, this is actually not coming straight from where I thought it was. It's kind of like when you buy stuff from like Foot Locker and then they send it from Champs, you know, it's kind of that sort of same situation. So now we have this stack of shirts right here. So what is this? Top Rope Tuesday. No, excuse me, clearance stuff first, right? So for those who don't know, right, Shop AEW and Pro Wrestling Tees, they have a clearance section. The clearance section seemingly is always 35% off, and these are shirt designs that they are retiring for whatever reason, right? So if you see something in there, it's like you might have a little while, like from the time they first put it in there, but jump on there, see what's going away soon, and then you can buy things. Because like I was saying in a previous video, it kind of sucks when you're looking at something, you're like, oh, you know what, I think I'm going to pick this thing up. And you expect it to just be there forever because that's how they often are. But every so often, things go away. So a couple of these are going to be things that were going away. And then some other stuff is not. But I'll tell you. So this right here, the Ricky Starks FTW Championship run, this shirt is one of the clearance ones because I guess this era is over and they're just going to pretend that it didn't happen. So it was on the clearance rack. And I was cool with it, right? Also, this Thunder Rosa shirt, you know, from when she won the title, you know, because everybody always gets their and new shirts. So this was up there, and I was like, you know what? Hopefully she comes back and this whole thing becomes relevant again. I wouldn't mind seeing her with another title run. She came back, so that's like the first phase, which happened on Collision last Saturday. So hopefully from there, more stuff, more good things. Now, moving on from there, these next ones, they aren't the clearance rack anymore. It's like the Top Rope Tuesday stuff, right? So for Black Friday, they took not all, but a lot of their Top Rope Tuesday designs and brought them back. And what that is, it's the designs that they put up from Tuesday to Tuesday, and those are basically only available for that week. And after that, they're gone. The only one I remember not leaving was the Chris Jericho Lionheart shirt, you know, Corazon de Leon or whatever that is. So that one they put up for the week, but then I guess it sold pretty well, and Chris Jericho wanted to keep it on the site, so it never left. But I do have it. I don't think I've ever worn it, but I do have it. Let's see. She's back with a new look. I think she's wrestling tonight on this episode of Dynamite, but I haven't really seen her other than just her running into the ring. So, and that way she'd look basically the same. I mean, she had the face paint on, but you know. So this was one of the Top Rope Tuesday exclusives. It's just a standard JAS shirt, but it's in purple. So that made it some kind of special. I don't know what oh yeah, they did. I was about to say, I don't know why they did purple, but I do remember there being some week where they came out and like they were all dressed in purple. And then that's when, what's his name? Jake Hager. I think that's when he got that hat that he liked so much. So there's that. Okay. And also one of the Top Rope Tuesday designs that came back was this right here. This is the Bullet Club Gold shirt. I do have the standard version of this where it's like a flat color. This one kind of has like the shiny look to it, right? I mean, it's not an actual shiny material. It just has that look like it's a slight glimmer to it. So I saw this one and it made me wish that I hadn't bought the other one, but I already had bought the other one. So, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes you should have waited, but whatever. Life works the way it works. So these next ones, the next shirts that you're going to see are all going to be from the Botched series. So when people make their orders and they print something out, if the print doesn't come out quite right, then they don't give it to the person. They reprint it and give them an actual shirt that's worth selling, right? And the ones that they throw to the side end up in the hands of people like me who are like, oh, sure, here's some money. Send me a handful of botched shirts. It can be kind of fun sometimes. So this, and these, I think they were $5 a shirt, maybe. I think it was $5 a shirt. So either way, this right here, Rated R Superstar, it's an Edge or what's the name, Adam Copeland shirt. And you can kind of see down there on the R, it's kind of got this black line through it. It looks like it may have just been folded when they printed on it, so you didn't get the whole print job. Now, from a distance, it doesn't look too bad or whatever. And if you're just wearing it in passing, people probably wouldn't even notice it, honestly. But it's enough for them to mark it down significantly. So that's pretty cool. And now we got this one. Like I was saying, I just showed you a version of this shirt that isn't messed up. And this one on the S, you can barely see it. But on the S, you have another black line there. So it just didn't quite print out right. But again, from a distance, I mean, once you see it, you can't unsee it. But it's not as glaring of a problem as, if they just like completely messed it up. You know what I'm saying? So you got that. And then this one, I think the problem was the actual shirt because I was looking at it earlier and I didn't really see any problems with the design, but the shirt itself looks a little small, and that happened to me in the past, like with one of the other botched orders that I put in. So I think this one was a fine design print, just the shirt itself was, one that shouldn't have made it out of the factory. And now we have another acclaimed shirt. And what was it on this one? Oh, same thing as the last couple. See that down on the A? Another black line going through it. So it's minor stuff, and it's like often seemingly at the bottom, which isn't so bad. But this Chris Statlander shirt, this one has it kind of on the side. Where's that question mark? Yeah, you got the question mark in there. You kind of got like, you can actually barely see it now that I'm holding this up. And then you do have another line down there through the like on her knee. So again, because of the way this shirt is, it doesn't really look like a problem. It kind of looks like it's just the way the shirt is made. So that's fine by me. And actually, I almost bought this one like with, on purpose or whatever. But then I was like, I've got so many shirts. Like, let me work through these a bit, before I go like adding too many more. But these botched sales are kind of hard to like not get because it's like a normal shirt is like $25 and these are like 5 and like they're not even that bad. So hey, put the scissors in there. Look at you being all fancy. All right, so these next ones, as the little yellow label up here says, these are live event shirts. So what the live event shirts are, it's like there are certain designs that they only sell at live events, right? And if they don't all sell so great or whatever, or they just have more than they expected to for whatever reason, then they just kind of put them into like the whole mystery bag aisle, right? So I think these were $10 a shirt because there's nothing wrong with them. It's just you don't know what you're going to get, right? So I think I have 5 of these here, but they're only sold at the live events. And usually it's supposed to be something where the design is just, it might be a familiar design, but it's going to be something that's slightly different just so they can make it unique. Now this one, I am pretty sure I got this in the last live event shirt packet thing that I bought, but whatever. It's a cool shirt, so I'll let it slide. So Top Guys FTR, right? Pro Wrestling Excellence. Very cool shirt. They did also use this design on I think it was one of the AW crate shirts, but they used the same design but had them in the background, so little different. This one right here, an MJF shirt, again, still with the whole live event thing. It's not bad, right? I mean, I wouldn't have bought it just because like reading this is like mildly difficult and kind of hurts the eyes just because of the way it looks. But not a bad shirt, I can't really complain about it. This one I do like though, because I don't have a Blackpool Combat Club shirt, and this one has Regal's name on it, so kind of goes back to like the original lineup. Well, Yuta wasn't there originally, but he was there soon after, so it's close enough. But this is like the original set of them. And then we have this right here, another FTR Living Legends shirt, and I'm pretty sure that if it's not the same, it's like super close. I'm pretty sure this is very similar to something that they have actually on Pro Wrestling Tees right now. Because I know I've seen that FTR rainbow design. Maybe it doesn't say Living Legends or something, or maybe it's like off-centered or bigger or situated differently. I don't know, but I really feel like that's not unique. I don't know. Could be wrong. Probably am wrong. And then we have this. This one, I've seen people wearing it in the stands and in the crowd and stuff, but I never really realized it was a live event only shirt. So it's kind of interesting. I do like that one though, because I remember seeing it and thinking that'd be a cool shirt to have. But I had already bought like two acclaimed shirts, right? And then I ended up with more acclaimed shirts because of like past botch things or mystery bags or whatever. So I have a handful of acclaimed shirts, but I want to say I'm thinking it over now, and I'm pretty sure I don't have that one. Okay, so now that we're past that, these next two, Mom, Dad, we were going to go to an AEW event in Charleston, but I'm unlikely to make it, so they're going to have to go on without me. But I did buy them some shirts so that they can have fresh shirts for the event. They already have wrestling shirts, AEW ones, WWE ones, possibly. I don't think they bought anything at the Ring of Honor show. But anyways, bought this for my dad, because figured, he seems like he'd be a powerhouse Hobbs guy, right? And it kind of describes what I remember of him. I mean, obviously, like when you're younger, like everybody seems bigger, but then you get bigger and everybody kind of has stayed the same size, and then they don't seem as big anymore. But still, that's kind of childhood Tristan's view of him. And then I picked this one up for Mom. It's just like the standard AEW shirt. She has this like really nice AEW jacket thing. It's not. Yeah, I guess it's a jacket. I don't know. But yeah, it's like really nice. She wears it a lot. So I figure like maybe she'll like this too. And it's got like that marble design. You see that? It's got a marble design to it. It's like super thin and everything. You can almost see through it, which is kind of cool. So yeah, I figured that should be fine for her. And then finishing things off, for me, picked up two shirts that I'll be talking about at some point later. See if I can get these in a decent way to hold up or whatever. So they're both the same. This is like this one being the tank top version, this one being the t-shirt version, right? So as you can slightly tell, it's a little more obvious on others, but the designs do come out a little bit differently when you order a tank top versus a t-shirt. So I figure maybe I'll throw together a quick little video, highlight that or something, so then people can see it. And thinking about it, I might, before I make that video, I might get like another set of something just so I have more to fill that out. Because, I mean, just to go over this one, it's only one example, maybe get another if I can find something. Well, of course, I have something that I like. Just like, what do they have that I feel like paying for? That's the real question. But either way, so that's everything, right? So yeah, and like I said earlier, I did record the Pro Wrestling Crate unboxing this afternoon. Normally I would edit that right now while I'm watching Dynamite or something, and I still might, but it's looking unlikely, so it probably won't go up tomorrow as I had originally anticipated, but hopefully still before the week is over, as in before Saturday is gone and the next week comes in. Well, we'll see what happens, I'm in no hurry. I mean, who's in a hurry to watch it, right? Nobody. So I'm not in a hurry to make it. But anyways, that's enough out of me. From me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I do have some other content that'll be coming around soon too, so that's cool. I was looking at my little history, like my channel earlier, and I was like, I haven't done a lot of anything lately. I've done a lot of lives and a whole bunch of shorts, but nothing of actual substance. So it's about time to kind of fix that, give you guys some stuff to not watch, I guess, but we'll see what happens. Either way, so that's enough. Like I said, I've talked a long time. It's 23 minutes and 37 seconds. So thanks for showing up. The people that were watching this, listening to it, whatever you were doing, keep doing what you're doing. Because Tristan, I do appreciate it. Mr. Brooklyn Foams, I appreciate the kind words. I will catch up with all of you later at some point, more than likely, unless, of course, this is your last time watching me for whatever reason. I get it. It happens. Later, people. Oh, wait, there's one more thing. Thanks for the live, homie. I enjoy your content. Oh, no problem, man. I enjoy your content, too. I don't know if you have any, but I felt like the right thing to say back. But now I'm going to click this little red button that says end stream. I'll be back eventually, though. Probably later next week. Later, people.